Hello everyone, welcome to Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. My name is Vipati and in today's session I'll discuss All India Test Series Grand Test Physics paper with you. So let's start with very interesting question. A solid object having uniform density rho and varying cross-sectional area which is circular is placed on a smooth horizontal surface as shown in the figure. The radius changes from R1 to R2 from top to down. Then what is the value of R1 upon R2 if the stress throughout its height remains same and having equal to C? So, stress force upon area throughout the height is same. So, let us consider one small element at a depth h from the top of height or width dh of mass dm. So, if radius of this upper portion is R1, R, then radius of this lower portion will be R plus dr, right. So, for let us say the stress on this portion will be because of the mass above it, let us say its mass is m. So, mass into g will be weight divided by area will give you stress, that is C. Now, mass into g is equals to C into area, which is let us say pi r square, stress on this, right. So, over here you can write m as C into pi r square upon g, right. So, if you differentiate it, dm will be C pi into 2r dr divided by g, okay. Now, you can write a dm as rho dv, where density is rho, dv is area of cross section into height. So, it is pi r square into dh, and that is equal to 2 pi r C dr divided by g. So, over here you can cancel it out, pi pi r r. So, you will get dh is equal to 2c upon rho g into r dr upon r, okay, dr upon r. So, over here if you integrate it from 0 to h and the radius changes from r1 to r2, then h is equal to 2c upon rho g and 1 upon r integration is ln r, and the limits are from r1 to r2. So, ln r2 upon r1, if you put the limits, ln r2 upon r1 is equal to what? It is 2 h rho g divided by 2c. So, R2 upon R1 is e to the power rho g h divided by 2c, which is option 1. Next is this, a uniform disc is held in equilibrium on a rough horizontal surface. Coefficient of friction is mu, and by applying a force F as shown in the figure, then the maximum value of F for which it is possible is, so over here it is in equilibrium, that means it is in translational equilibrium as well as in rotational equilibrium. So, net torque about this is 0. So, friction is this, and torque provided by this force will be r cross F outside. So, it will be F into r by 2, and torque provided by this friction is r cross F into the plane. So, both are opposite direction. So, if the net friction is 0, that means Fr by 2 minus Fr should be 0, that means F by 2 is equal to friction. This is my first equation. Second equation is, it is also in translational equilibrium, that means normal weight, and if this angle is theta, this is pi by 2. So, this angle over here is also theta. So, this is also theta, okay, this is also theta. So, from this right angle triangle over here, this is theta, this is r by 2 and this is r, cos theta is 1 by 2 and sin theta will be root 3 by 2, okay. So, if you resolve this force along two directions, it will be F cos theta and this component is F sin theta. So, F cos theta is balanced by friction, F sin theta plus normal is balanced by W. So, normal will be W minus F sin theta, which is F root 3 by 2. put the value of normal here as friction is mu into n. So, F by 2 is equal to mu into n, which is W minus F root 3 by 2. So, after solving this equation, you will get the value of force as F by 2 common 1 plus mu root 3 and it is mu W. So, force will be 2 mu W divided by 1 plus mu root 3. This is the value of force, which is option 4. Next is this, a system of two charged particles A and B having charges plus Q and minus Q and mass m and 2m respectively are connected with an ideal massless inextensible string which lies along the axis of a uniform charge fixed non-conducting ring as shown in the figure. Okay. If the gravity is neglected, we do not have to consider mg force and ignore the force between A and B. We do not have to consider electric force between A and B. Find the tension in the string at that instant. So, over here this string is inextensible, that means both the particles will be having same acceleration over here by constraint motion. So, over here acceleration, if you draw the FBD, it will be, let us say, electric field provided by this ring is E, QE force in the downward direction, tension upward. So, over here net acceleration is QE minus tension divided by m, and for B force, QE force in the downward direction, tension in the downward direction. So, over here acceleration of B particle is QE plus tension divided by its mass 2m. So, these are equal, right. So, you can equate these two values like this. So, it is 2 QE minus 2T is equal to QE plus tension, QE plus tension. So, over here this will give you what? 3T is equal to QE. So, tension is QE upon 3. Tension is QE upon 3. Let us find electric field by this conducting ring over here, non-conducting ring having charge Q and radius r. So, it will be KQ r, KQ x is r divided by under root of x square plus r square. So, it is r square plus r square to the power 3. So, this will be KQR divided by KQX divided by r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. So, this is root 2 to the power 3 into r cube. So, this is KQ upon 2 root 2 into r square, right. So, over here if you put the value of electric field in this tension expression, tension will be Q KQQ divided by 3 into 2 root 2 r square. So, this is KQQ divided by 6 root 2 r square, which is option 4. Next is this one, a body takes 5 minutes to cool down from 50 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius in surrounding of temperature this much, then time taken by the same body to cool down, okay, this is 20 degrees Celsius. Then time taken by the same body to cool down from 40 to 30 degrees Celsius in a surrounding of temperature 10 degrees Celsius is. So, over here when body cools down from 50 to 40, surrounding temperature is 20, when the body cools down from 40 to 30, surrounding temperature is 10. So, K is directly proportional to T cube. So, in the first case the value of proportionality constant is K, then in second case the value of proportionality constant will be K upon 8 because the temperature is decreasing by 1 by 2, fine. So, T naught is surrounding temperature. So, in the first case if you apply Newton's law of cooling, so this will be T2 minus T1 50 minus 40 10 divided by time taken is 5 is equal to K T1 plus T2 by 2 50 plus 40 by 2 that is 45 minus T naught which is 20, and in the second case T2 minus T1 that is 40 minus 30 10, time taken is T is equal to, now new constant as the surrounding temperature is decreasing by 2, new constant will be 1/8 of the previous one, T1 plus T2 by 2 that is 35 minus this is 10. If you divide this two expression, you will get the value of time as 40 minutes, right. So, in this case beta, the time taken to cool down is 40 minutes, okay. Now next is this one, a positively charged particle having charge q and mass m enters in isosceles right angle triangular region like this, and okay, the maximum value of V, so that particle must comes out through the region from the site PQ. So basically particle should go here and it should touch this PR line and it should come out like this. So center will be over here somewhere at 0, r, and this PR line is acting as a tangent to this circle, right. So if it is 0, 0, then this will be L, 0, and this will be 0, L, because this is isosceles right angle triangle. So equation of PR line is x plus y is equal to L. Equation of PR line is x plus y is equal to L, and the equation of this circle will be x square plus y minus r whole square is equal to r square. Now when you drop a perpendicular from 0, r, from 0, r to this line, this length of the perpendicular is equal to radius. So let's drop perpendicular on this line from 0, r, right. So it will be 0 plus r minus L divided by under root of 1 square plus 1 square is r. So it will be r minus L divided by root 2, and it will be minus r, because r minus L is negative. So this negative will neutralize this negative. So over here r minus L is minus root 2 r. So r 1 plus root 2 is equal to L. So r is L upon 1 plus root 2. Rationalize. So it is root 2 minus 1 into L, that is r. So over here r is known, which is equal to mv upon qb. So v will be qb r upon m. qb r is L times root 2 minus 1 upon m, right. So this will be option 2. Next is this one, if the final image of the object O coincides with it, then the sum of all possible values of x is. So first of all, if final image coincides with O, then the sum of all possible values of x. So over here we can apply this one, mu 2 upon V minus mu 1 upon U is equals to mu 2 minus mu 1 upon R. So first possible value of x is, let's say, x1, and for that V will be infinity, right. So over here mu 2 is 3 upon 2 times infinity minus mu 1 minus x1 is mu 2 minus mu 1 is 3 by 2 minus 1, 1 by 2 R, right. So over here mu 1 is 1. So basically 1 upon x1 is 1 upon 2R, and x1 is 2R. Now second case is when if image is at 9R, then you will get the second value of x2, so that object and image coincide. So over here, right. So it will be mu 2 upon V minus mu 1 upon U is equals to mu 2 minus mu 1 upon R, right. So it is mu 2 is 3 by 2 into 9R minus mu 1, which is 1, divided by U is minus x2. Mu 2 minus mu 1 is 1 upon 2 R. So over here you will get the value of x2 as 3R. So x1 plus x2 will give you what? 5R, which is option 1. Next is, in damped oscillation, the amplitude of oscillation is reduced to 1/3 of its initial value A0 at the end of 100 oscillations. When the oscillation completes 200 oscillations, its amplitude must be. So when time taken in one oscillation is t, time taken in 100 oscillation is 100t, and time taken in 200 oscillations is 200t. So over here A is equal to A0 e power minus beta t. So when time is 100t, amplitude becomes 1/3 of its initial value, which is A0 by 3. So it is A0 power A0 times e power minus beta t minus bt. So e power minus b into 100t will give you 1 by 3. Now when time is 200t, we need to find the amplitude. So let's say it is A, which is A0 e power minus b into 200t. So you can write it as A0 e power minus b into 100t to the square. So over here e power minus b into 100t is 1 by 3. So this will be A naught times 1 by 3 whole square. So this is A naught upon 9. This is A naught upon 9. So new amplitude is now A naught upon 9. Next is a galvanometer is connected as shown in the figure. What should be the resistance connected to it in the parallel so that its deflection is reduced to half? Over here the diagram is somewhat different. So basically this is the diagram. This is galvanometer, through it we are connecting one shunt, and this is 1000 ohm resistance, and this is 2 volt. So initially when there is no shunt, this galvanometer has resistance 100 ohm. If there is no shunt, current through the galvanometer is total potential difference divided by total resistance, that is 1100 ampere. Now deflection through the galvanometer should be half, that means the new current that should flow through the galvanometer should be Ig by 2. So it is 1 upon 1100 ampere, right, and this current will flow here. Then find this current will be what? It will be V upon R, V is equals to IR. So V is 2 R. Before that, let us find total current flowing in this situation. So it is V upon R. R equivalent will be what? Parallel combination of this two, that is 100 S divided by 100 plus S plus 1000. So it is 100 S divided by 100 plus S plus 1000 is total current. Now current flowing through galvanometer will be what? Total current into S upon G plus S, right. So S upon G plus S is 100 plus G, right, 100 plus S. So this total current flowing through the galvanometer should be this value, which is 1 upon 1100, fine. So this will give you, after solving it, you will get the value of shunt as 91 ohms, approximately 91 ohms, right. So correct answer is option 2. Next is, a particle is moved along the curve x square plus y square is equal to 2xy from 0, 0 to 1, 1 by some forces. Okay, if one among them is this, then the work done by the force is, so it is integration f dr, so it will be integration y square dx plus 2xy dy from 0, 0 to 1, 1. So this is nothing but what? This is differentiation of x y square, right, from 0, 0 to 1, 1. So basically integration of this one will be xy square 0, 0 to 1, 1. So this will be 1 into 1 square minus 0 into 0 square. So work done will be 1 joules, which is option 3. Next is, which of the following statement is incorrect for the given circuit? If omega is greater than 1 upon under root LC, I1 leads I2. If omega is greater than 1 upon under root LC, so basically omega L, omega is greater than 1 upon root LC, so omega square will be greater than under root LC, so omega L is greater than 1 upon omega C, right. So XL is greater than XC. If XL is greater than XC, then I1 is lesser than I2. So current I1 leads I2 is wrong statement over here. So correct answer is option 1. Next is this one. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and other is reason. Assertion is moment of inertia of circular disc of mass m and radius r about xy axis and z axis, which is perpendicular to its plane, were found to be Ix, Iy and Iz respectively. The respective radii of gyration about all the three axes will be same. No, radii of gyration about this three axes will be different, because moment of inertia about this perpendicular to the plane is mr square by 2, and in the same plane along the diameter is mr square by 4, right. So this radii of gyration will not be different for the same for all the three axes. So this is wrong. A rigid body making rotational motion has fixed mass and shape. In the light of the above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. So, rigid body making rotational motion has fixed mass and shape, that is also true. Okay. So, assertion is false, but reason is true. So, A is not correct, R is correct. So, correct answer is option 2. Next is, all the pulleys and the strings are ideal and massless and the system shown is at rest. Now, a force of 4 Newton is applied on the pulley as shown, then the frictional force acting between the blocks will be. So, since this is smooth, or these two blocks will move with the same acceleration over here. So, the friction force, there is no sliding tendency between these two blocks over here. So, friction force between them will be 0. Next is this one. The speed of a sound in hydrogen gas is V0 at temperature T0. So, speed of sound is under root gamma RT divided by m for hydrogen gas. It is diatomic gas, so it is gamma is 7 upon phi R T0 divided by m for hydrogen is 2. So, it is under root 7 R T0 divided by 10. Now, if you are mixing two gases, helium and oxygen, we need to find the new speed of sound in the mixture of helium and oxygen. So, for that, M mixture will be M1 N1 plus M2 N2 divided by N1 plus M2. For helium, it is 4, N1 is N because both are equimolar, same moles. M2 is oxygen, so it is plus 32 into N and divided by 2N. So, this is 18, and gamma mixture, so for that we have 2N, N1 plus N2, 2N divided by gamma mixture minus 1 is equal to N1 upon gamma 1 minus 1. So, gamma 1 is for helium, which is 5 by 3 minus 1, that is 2 by 3, plus N2 is N again, and gamma 2 minus 1, gamma 2 is for oxygen, that is 7 by 3 minus 1, that is 2 by 5. So, this is what? 3n upon 2 and 5m plus 5n upon 2. So, this is 8n upon 2, that is 4n. So, over here we have gamma mixture as 3 by 2. So, the speed of sound in mixture will be under root gamma mixture RT0 divided by M mixture. So, it will be under root gamma mixture is 3 by 2 RT0 divided by M mixture is 18. So, when you compare this with this, you will get a V in terms of V0 as under root 5 upon 42 V0. Next is this, an ideal gas is expanding such that Pt square is equal to constant. The coefficient of volume expansion of the gas is. So, we know that PV is equals to nRT. So, P will be nRT by V into T square is equal to constant. So, over here T cube divided by V is equal to constant beta, right. So, you can write T cube V inverse is equal to constant. Let us differentiate it. So, it is 3T square dt V inverse plus T cube minus 1 V to the power minus 2 dV is equal to 0. So, you will get 3T square upon V dt is equal to T cube upon V square dV. Okay. So, over here dV upon V dt is nothing but gamma, which is T upon 3, right. So, correct answer is option 3 upon T. So, correct answer is option 3. Next is, a small smooth metal sphere of radius r and density rho falls from the rest in a viscous fluid, liquid of density sigma, and the coefficient of viscosity is eta. Due to the friction, heat is produced. The rate of production of heat when the sphere has acquired the terminal velocity is proportional to. So, rate of production of heat is force into velocity. So, force is 6 pi eta r Vt, and 2 velocity is terminal velocity. So, rate of heat produced is directly proportional to Vt square into r. Vt is directly proportional to r square. So, Vt square will be directly proportional to r to the power 5. So, Vt square into r to the power 4. So, Vt square into r is directly proportional to r to the power 5. So, correct answer is option 4. Next is this question, magnifying power of an astronomical telescope in near point adjustment is 110% of its magnifying power in normal adjustment. Then find the focal length of objective when the length of the telescope in normal adjustment is 10 centimeter. And we can take the value of distance of clear vision as 25 centimeter. So, it is given that FO upon FE into 1 plus FE upon D is 110% of FO upon FE, right. So, this will cancel this. So, 1 plus FE upon D is given as 1.1. So, FE upon D is given as 0.1. So, over here FE is D into 0.1, which is 2.5 centimeter. Now, FO plus FE is equal to L, right, L is 10 centimeter. So, over here FO will be L minus FE, which is 10 minus 2.5, that is 7.5 centimeter, right. So, over here correct answer is option 3. Next is this one. This question has statement 1 and statement 2. Okay. Statement 1 is out of the radio waves and microwaves, the radio waves undergo more diffraction, and statement 2, radio waves have greater frequency compared to microwave, right. So, over here if you look at this one, radio waves have greater frequency than microwaves, that statement is false. So, over here one is true but second is false, right, one is true but second is false. Okay. Radio waves has lesser frequency as compared to microwaves. Okay. So, next is this one, if key is closed in the circuit shown in the figure and the galvanometer does not give any deflection at any time, then the value of C is. So, for that 1 upon 3 microfarad divided by 2 should be balanced by 1 upon C divided by 6, right. So, it will give you what? It will give you C as 1 microfarad, right. It will give you C as 1 microfarad. Okay. Next is this question, two coils are placed close to each other, the mutual inductance of the pair of coil depends upon the rate at which currents are changing in the coil. No, mutual inductance depends upon the relative position and orientation of the two coils. So, correct answer is option 2. Next is, in YDSC experiment, if a slab whose refractive index can be varied is placed in front of the one of the slits, then the variation of resultant intensity at the midpoint of the screen with mu will be best represented by. So, over here I is given as I naught cos square, it will be mu minus 1 into 2 pi, it is pi t divided by lambda. Okay. So, over here you can see that it is varying as per cos square. So, best representation is option 1 over here. Next is this one, a particle is thrown towards a stationary planet with speed this much so that it grazes the planet as shown, find the value of k. So, over here initial mechanical energy at this point will be final mechanical energy at this point. So, initial mechanical energy is half mv square, v square will be 4 k g m divided by 105 r minus plus potential energy is minus g m m divided by phi r, and that is equal to let us say speed at this point is v. So, kinetic energy is half mv square and potential energy is minus g m m divided by r. So, this is equation 1. Now, conserve the angular momentum. So, for that this is v naught cos theta, this is v naught sin theta. So, angular momentum about C at this point is mv perpendicular into r. So, it is m v naught sin 30 degree into r is phi r, and that is equal to angular momentum about this point with about C at this point, that is m v r. V is under root 4 k g m divided by 105 r into r. This is equation 2. So, if you solve this equation, you will get the value of k as 8. try this, try to solve this equation, put the value of V naught, put the value of, sorry, this equation is wrong over here, just a second, let me erase it. This value should be here, okay, this value should be here. What I did is I put the value of initial velocity in final equation. So, here it is V, mv into r, just a second. Final momentum about point C will be mv into r, and here mv naught into phi r divided by 2, and put the value of V naught this much. So, it is m by 2 into phi r to V naught is under root of 4 k g m divided by 105 r is equal to mvr. So, from this put the value of V beta in this equation, you will get the value of k after solving a lengthy equation, right, that is 8. Next is this, two successive resonance are observed at length for 53.8 centimeter and 75.4 centimeter in resonance column tube. Then the radius of the tube is r, find the value of r. So, we have two successive resonance. So, if first one is nth, then 2n plus 1 into lambda by 4 is 53.8 plus some end correction e, and next will be odd 2n plus 3 lambda by 4 because it is odd harmonics, right. So, it will be 75.8 plus e. So, after dividing this, you will get the value of n as 2, lambda as 44 centimeter and e as 1.2 centimeter. So, for this it is 0.6 r. For closed organ pipe and value of end correction is 0.6 r. So, r will be 2 centimeter. So, correct answer is 2. Next is this one, a projectile is thrown from ground towards a large vertical wall which is at a distance of 8 meter from the point of projection. The launching speed of the projectile from the ground is 10 root 2 meter per second. If the projectile hits the wall at a height h from the ground, then the maximum possible value of h is. So, over here, if you write the equation of trajectory, it is y is equals to x tan theta minus gx square upon 2u square sec square theta. So, let us say at a certain point the x and y coordinates are L comma h, right. So, it is h is equal to L tan theta minus g L square upon 2u square sec square theta. Now, differentiate this equation with respect to theta. So, it is L sec square theta minus g L square upon 2u square 2 sec theta into sec theta tan theta. So, it will be sec square theta into tan theta. Now, for maximum possible value of h, this should be 0 using the concept of maxima and minima. So, L sec square theta into 2u square upon gl square will be what? It will be 2 sec square theta tan theta. Sec square theta cancel, 2 cancel, over here 1L cancel. So, tan theta is u square upon gl, u square is 10 root 2 square which is 10, 100 into 2, g is 10, L is 8. So, you will get this one as phi upon 2. This will be 4 phi upon 2, tan theta is phi upon 2. Okay. Once you get this value, tan theta is phi upon 2, put the value of tan theta here and find the value of sec square theta and put it here, you will get the value of h as 8.4 meter. So, nearest possible answer is 8. Okay. Next is this one, for VHF signal broadcasting of maximum service area will be covered by an antenna tower of height 30 meter. If the receiving antenna tower is placed at the ground, let radius of the earth be this much, then what is the maximum covered area? So, over here maximum covered area can be given as d is, we know that, under root 2 RH and pi d square is the area. So, it is pi into 2 RH. right? So if you put the value of pi 2 RH over here, you will get it as 1206 kilometer square. That is the maximum possible covered area. Next is this question, if power directed by the cell to the circuit is same either switch is closed or open, then the internal resistance of the cell is R ohm, find the value of R. So in this case, if switch is open, then this is useless, and internal resistance of the cell is, let's say, R, and potential difference is V, EMF is V. So in the first situation, when switch is open, this is the circuit. So I is V upon 9 plus R. So power given to this will be I square R, which is V upon 9 plus R whole square into R is 9. Now when both are closed, switch is closed, then effective circuit will be this much. R, V, 9, 7.2. So these two are in parallel, so their effective combination will be 7.2 into 9, R1, R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So this will give you 4 ohm. So this can be reduced to 4 ohm, internal resistance R, and this is V. So in this case, power delivered to this 4 ohm will be I is V upon 4 plus R. So I square into R. Now this is equal to this. Let's equate this value. Take the square root, so it will be 3V upon 9 plus R, and that is equal to 2V upon 4 plus R. So after solving this one, you will get 12 plus 3R is equal to 18 plus 2R. So R is 6 ohm, right? R is 6 ohm. Next is, if third excitation potential for a hypothetical hydrogen-like atom is 15 volt, then the value of second ionization energy for this hypothetical atom is n electron volt. Find the value of n. So over here, En is given as E naught upon n square. So for third excitation potential, that means n is 4. So in this case, it will be E1 minus E4 divided by E is given as 15. So E1 minus E4 is 15 electron volt, right? So in this case, beta, E1 is E naught, E4 is E naught divided by 4 square, that is 16, is 15 electron volt. So this will give you 15 E naught divided by 16 as 15 electron volt. So E naught will be 16 electron volt. So ionization energy for second is what? It is E naught divided by n square, so it is 16 electron volt divided by 2 square, that is 4 electron volt, right? So correct answer is 4 electron volt. Next is, heat is given to an ideal gas so that pressure and volume are increased by 10% and 20% respectively, then percentage increase in temperature is. So PV is equals to nRT. Now initial temperature is PV divided by nR. Final temperature T2 will be, pressure is 10% more, that is 1.1 P, and volume is 20% more, which is 1.2 V divided by nR. So it is 1.32 V divided by PV divided by nR. So basically this is 1.32 times T1, right? So increase in temperature will be T2 minus T1 divided by T1 into 100%. So this will be 1.32 T1 minus T1 divided by T1 into 100%, right? So this will be 32%. Next is, two Polaroids are placed on x-axis such that their planes are parallel to yz plane and pass axis of the Polaroids are making an angle of 45 degree with x-axis and also perpendicular to each other. So pass axis is perpendicular to each other. So if the unpolarized light of intensity I naught propagates along the x-axis, intensity after passing through the system of two Polaroids is this much, then the value of K is. Since the axes are perpendicular to each other, intensity through these two Polaroids will be 0, right? So value of K will be 0. Next is, the total number of images formed by the lens shown in the figure will be N1, N2, N2, N1. So focal length for these two portions will be same. So total images will be 1. Next is, assume that the electron and the positron pair is formed from the gamma ray photon having energy this much. Find the total kinetic energy of the system of electron and positron that is formed, and rest mass energy of the electron is 0.251 mega electron volt. So, out of 3 mega electron volt, 2 times 0.51 mega electron volt will be utilized in creating this one electron and positron. So, remaining 3 minus 2 times 0.51 will be given in the form of kinetic energy to the system, which is 1.98 mega electron volt, right. So, this is approximately 2 mega electron volt. So, this is the kinetic energy of the system over here.
Welcome to the video solution of chemistry section of Grand Test 1. I am Nitin Verma, a chemistry faculty at Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. So let's begin with the solution. The first question is, what is the correct order of the decreasing basic nature of the following compounds? So all these are anilenes, right? And you can see there is methyl, ethyl, isopropyl and tert-butyl. Because these substituents are present at meta position, hyperconjugation will not work. So we are left with their plus I effect. What is the order of plus I effect? Plus I effect maximum is for tert-butyl and minimum is for methyl. Now remember that electron donating group increase basicity because by donating electron they increase the electron density of the donor atom, right? So the correct answer to this question is option 2. S is maximum, right? Then R, then Q and then P. Next question, we are carrying out the catalytic hydrogenation. And you can see that this is a conjugated compound, double bond, single bond, double bond. So it will lead to the formation of more stable compound. So the correct answer here is 1, right? One hydrogen will add here, another will add here, and these carbon will form pi bond together. Here, Hofmann elimination is the formation of the least stable alkene as a major product. So this is alpha, this is beta, and this is beta, right? Let us name them beta 1, beta 2. So if I remove beta hydrogen from beta 2, that will give me the less stable alkene, which will be the Hofmann product. So that will be CH3, CH, CH3, CH double bond, CH2, right? By the way, this is compound A. Now if we carry out the electrophilic addition of HBr on this compound, then we know that as per Markovnikov addition, hydrogen will add here. So this will become CH3. Positive charge will come here and they will be 1,2 hydride shift. Alright, they will be 1,2 hydride shift and we will get more stable carbocations. So actually, if HBr adds on this, the compound will be this, right? And then if HBr adds in presence of peroxide, then we know it is an anti-Markovnikov addition. That is, hydrogen now adds to that carbon which has fewer number of hydrogen atoms already. So this is right. So this is our C and this is our D and this is A. The question is, what is the correct order of reactivity towards SN1, which we know is proportional to the carbocation stability. So of course C is going to be most reactive, then A and then D, right? So the correct order of reactivity will be CAD. Here, addition of water to but1ene in acidic medium yields butane-1-ol. No, because again it undergoes hydride shift. So this is right, CH3, CH2, CH2, this is but1ene. Now in acidic medium, as hydrogen adds, this becomes CH3, the positive charge comes on this carbon, right? So basically what do you get here? CH3, CH2, CH positive, right? And then CH3. Okay, so it gives you butane-1-ol and butane-2-ol and not butane-1-ol, right? As you would expect. So butane-1-ol is not the product. Addition of water in acidic medium proceeds through primary carbocation formation. No, as per Markovnikov, the carbocation is secondary here, right? So the correct answer is statement 1 is false, statement 2 is false. It yields butane-2-ol and the carbocation is formed as secondary, not primary. In this reaction, N-bromosuccinimide, it is allylic bromination, right? So after the first reaction, Br adds on the allylic position. When you react it with Mg ether, it becomes a Grignard reagent. That is MgBr, and when this Grignard reagent reacts with carbon dioxide, which is an electrophile. So this attacks here and it is converted to carboxylic group. So this is COH. So the correct answer is option 4. Here, this is Grignard region, delta minus charge. So it attacks here, right? Nucleophilic acyl substitution, pi bond breaks. So basically, because chloride is a good leaving group, so after the first reaction, we get this, right? pH is benzene. But we know that ketones are also highly reactive towards the addition of Grignard reagent. So another equivalent of Grignard reagent adds, and now we get this CH3COH, pH and pH. So the correct answer is this, option 3, CH3COH with 2 phenyl rings. Repeated Hofmann reaction, that is exhaustive methylation followed by heating with AgOH, will often remove a nitrogen atom from an amine molecule. Which of the following compounds is the most likely product, right? So this is Hofmann elimination. So this is tertiary amine. It will react with one equivalent of CH3I, methyl iodide, and then it will undergo Hofmann elimination. So alpha, beta, this will depart, and from here we'll remove one hydrogen, beta hydrogen, and a pi bond will be introduced. So after first round of Hofmann exhaustive methylation and elimination, what will be the product that we will get, right? And then again it can undergo second round of Hofmann exhaustive methylation, which will be this, another equivalent of CH3I will add, and then it will undergo Hofmann elimination. This bond will break alpha and we will remove beta hydrogen, right? Again a pi bond will come here. So you can see what we will get, this compound, right? So the correct answer is option 2. Equivalent weight of bromine in the following disproportionation reaction. In disproportionation reaction, there is a shortcut to calculate n factor. 1 upon n factor is 1 upon number of electrons gained plus 1 upon number of electrons lost, right? So bromine is going from 0 to -1 and +5. So it is gaining 1 electron and losing 5 electrons. So this is 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon 5, which is 6 upon 5, and hence n factor is 5 upon 6. All right. Now the equivalent weight is molecular weight, which I will take 80, right? Equivalent weight does not change whether it is Br or Br2, right? So equivalent weight will be 80 divided by n factor, which is 5 by 6. So the correct answer will be 96. Okay. Next question, zinc oxide becomes yellow on heating. Yes. NaCl turns yellow when heated in presence of sodium vapor because of F center, color center. Yes, that is also true, but that is not the correct explanation. So option 2 is the correct answer. There will be no change in hybridization when here aluminum is sp2, here it is sp3, this is sp2, this is sp3. SnCl2 is an ionic compound, but when it reacts with chlorine, right, SnCl4 2-, so we can say it is sp3 hybridized now, right, and SO2 is oxidized to SO3, right. So here the hybridization does not change. Both SO2 and SO3 are sp3 hybridized, so there is no change in hybridization, hence the correct answer. A gaseous mixture of 16 gram of helium and 16 gram of oxygen. What is the ratio of Cp by Cv? So remember, helium is a monatomic gas. Its Cv is 3 by 2R and Cp is 5 by 2R. Oxygen is diatomic. If we ignore the vibrational mode, then its Cv is 5 by 2R and Cp is 7 by 2R, right? Because Cp is Cv plus R. Now, for a mixture of gases, the Cp of the mixture is N1 Cp1 plus N2 Cp2 divided by N1 plus N2, and the Cv of mixture would be N1 Cv1 plus N2 Cv2 divided by N1 plus N2. The question is, what is the ratio of Cp and Cv? So this will cancel, right? And now it will be N1 Cp1 plus N2 Cp2 divided by N1 Cv1 plus N2 Cv2, right? So basically substituting the values, helium is 16 grams, so 4 mole, and oxygen is 16 grams, so 0.5 mole, right? So 4 mole into 5 by 2R plus 0.5 mole into 7 by 2R divided by, same goes for Cv, 4 into 3 by 2 R and 0.5 into 5 by 2 R, right? So Cp of helium is 5 by 2, that of oxygen is 7 by 2, that of Cv of helium is 3 by 2 and that of oxygen is 5 by 2. So R by 2 gets cancelled, right? So we have 20 plus 3.5 divided by 12 plus 2.5. So you can calculate it's 23.5 divided by 14.5, that will come out to be 1.62, right? Tc and Pc for a gas are this and this. What will be its critical volume if it behaves as van der Waals gas? So remember guys, in the critical state, the compression factor is 3 by 8, right? And it is Pc Vc by RTC. So it's very easy. Now substitute the value of Pc and Tc, you will get the value of Vc, right? So 3 by 8, R value is 0.0821, you can take. Critical temperature is 32.3 plus 273, so it is 0.35 and 305.3, right? Okay, and divided by Pc, which is 48.2, right? So critical volume we have to calculate, that is 3 by 8 and R and then Tc and then divided by Pc. So you will calculate this will come out to be approximately 0.195. Then which of the following plots represents an exothermic reaction? Remember guys, if this is an exothermic reaction, right, equilibrium constant would be B by A, product upon reactant. If this is an exothermic reaction, it will be favored at low temperature. So if we increase temperature, right, or let's say if we decrease temperature, equilibrium constant will increase, right? If we decrease temperature, equilibrium constant will increase, right? That is the value of Kc will increase because reaction will be favored in the forward direction. So you can see here in option 4 that in the forward direction 1 upon T is increasing, that means temperature is decreasing. So yes, equilibrium constant is increasing linear behavior. K for HCN is this. For maintaining a constant pH of 9, what is the volume of 5 molar KCN solution? So this is based on Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, that pH is equal to pKa plus log conjugate base, which is cyanide, comes from KCN divided by the acid is HCN, right? Because K is this, so pK value will be how much? 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 10, right? Log 5 is 0.7 and this will be minus 10. So this will be 9.3, right? You can calculate that pK from here, that will be 9.3, and pH we want to be 9. So 9 is equal to 9.3 plus log. Now remember, because it's a ratio of concentration, total volume will cancel out. So you just have to remember the number of moles because total volume will cancel out. Now number of moles is molarity multiplied by volume. So molarity of KCN is 5 and let's say its volume required is V, divided by, for HCN the molarity is 2 and volume is 10, right? So if you rearrange this, then 9 minus 9.3 is minus 0.3 is equal to log, this will be V by 4, okay, this will be V by 4, and we know that log A by B is minus log B by A. So if I bring this here, then 0.3 log 4 by V, right? Now you know, if you take anti-logarithm, log of 2 is 0.3. So basically this is 2 is equal to 4 by V, or V is equal to 2 ml. So that is the correct answer to this question, right? So 0.3 is this, so take the anti-logarithm, anti-log of 0.3 is 2. So 2 is equal to, log 2 is log 4 by V, log cancel, so 2 is equal to 4 by V, V is equal to 2, right? The number of atoms in 100 gram of an FCC crystal with density this and cell edge is 200 picometer. A simple question based on density formula, modified density formula. This is the formula I will use here. Density is Z, the rank, number of particles per unit cell, W is the mass of the substance sample, divided by A is edge length, and N is the number of particles in that sample, right? So density is given to be 10, Z is 4, the rank FCC, mass of the substance is 100 gram, cell edge is 200 picometer, but because density in centimeter, so I will take not 10 raised to minus 12 but 10, right, cube. So density Z, W, that is mass, and A cube is 210 minus 10 cube, and N is the number of particles. Solve it for N, you will get this as the correct answer, 5 into 10 to the power 24, right? Okay. Next question, which one is having higher CFSE? Remember, it is directly proportional to the ligand strength, right? So ammonia hydroxide, cyanide, water, which is the strongest ligand? Of course cyanide. The other factors are same, metal is same, oxidation number is same, type of complex is same, right? So this is our cyanide is the strongest ligand, it will exhibit maximum crystal field splitting energy. All naturally occurring amino acids except glycine optically active, true. Most naturally occurring amino acids having L configuration, that is also true, but they are not related, right? One is optical activity, another is L, so that. Carbon suboxide is bent molecule, no, it's a straight molecule. Carbon suboxide is C3O2, right? Each carbon is sp hybridized, that is correct, right? You can see each carbon is forming 2 pi bonds, so they are sp hybridized. So statement 1 is false, 2 is true, right? It's not bent, it's linear molecule. In leaching of red bauxite, we use base, right? We can't use nitric acid. Al2,3 is amphoteric in nature, it can react with both acid and base. Yes, that is true. So 1 is false and 2 is true. Purple color of KMnO4, as you can see, manganese has +7 oxidation state, which means D0. So how does it exhibit such intense color? Because there is a momentary transfer of electron from oxygen to manganese, which transiently reduces manganese from D0 to D1, and hence now the DD transition can occur, right, leading to the intense color. So this is the reason, right, charge transfer. Number of enantiomers, you can see that there are 2 chiral carbon atoms, and this is not a symmetrical molecule, right? There is no plane of symmetry as such here. So remember that if a molecule is unsymmetrical, then the total number of enantiomers is 2 raised to the power n, where n is the number of chiral carbons, right? There are no mesomers here because of the absence of plane of symmetry. So the total number of enantiomers will be 4 because there are 2 chiral carbon atoms, right? Find out the number of possible even products, that is elimination unimolecular via carbocation. So you can see that if bromine leaves here, positive charge. So 1 we can remove from here. So 1 pi bond can come here. So 1 product, right? And then we can carry out 1,2-methyl shift, right? So positive charge comes here. Now when positive charge comes here, this is alpha carbon, this is beta, and this is beta. So 3 alkenes from there, right? So we are not, I think, considering here stereoisomers, cis trans isomer, we are just considering structural isomers. So the total number of even alkenes possible here will be 4, right? Standard oxidation potential of nickel is 0.236. So reduction potential will be minus 0.236 because E reduction is negative of E oxidation. If this is combined with a hydrogen electrode, we know that the potential of hydrogen electrode is either 0 or slightly negative or positive depending upon the concentration. So one thing I can be sure of that this will act as anode and hydrogen electrode will act as cathode, right? And please remember, for hydrogen electrode the reduction potential is minus 0.0591 pH. Important formula which you will find very useful, right? So EMF, we know it is E naught reduction, that is E naught cathode minus E naught anode, right? EMF is 0, we want the EMF to be 0, that is E naught cathode, we want to be equal to E naught anode. We want it to be equal to E naught anode. Cathode is this hydrogen, which is minus 0.0591 pH, and anode is nickel, whose reduction potential is minus 0.236. Minus minus cancel, and now from here you can calculate the pH, which is 0.236 divided by 0.0591, right? The answer will come out to be approximately 4, right? 3.99 something. Next question. 0.85% mass by volume aqueous solution of NaNO3 is apparently 90% dissociated at 27 degrees Celsius. What is the osmotic pressure? So osmotic pressure is ICRT, right? Van 't Hoff factor, molar concentration, universal gas constant, temperature in Kelvin. So NaNO3, Van 't Hoff factor is 1 plus alpha n minus 1, alpha is 0.9 because it is 90% dissociated, so divide by 100. N is the number of particles produced upon dissociation, which is Na plus and NO3 minus. So 2 particles, so you can see 1 plus 0.9, 2 minus 1. So Van 't Hoff factor is 1.9. Concentration is 0.85% it is, right, which clearly means that 0.85 gram of NaNO3 in 100 ml solution, right? Okay, so 0.85 gram divided by 85, you can calculate, that is a molar mass, divided by 100 ml, which is 0.1 liter. So that is a concentration. Mass by molar mass, number of moles, divided by volume in liter, concentration. R value you can take 0.082 given here. Temperature is 27 degrees Celsius, that is 300 Kelvin. So you will calculate, the pi comes out to be 4.67 atm, the osmotic pressure. Number of stereogenic centers in alpha D glucose, this is the structure of alpha D glucose, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So how many stereogenic centers? 5, right, in the Howard projection. What percentage of phenol is used as disinfectant? Memory based, 0.2% I think is used as antiseptic and 1% is used as disinfectant. How many of the following polymers contain ester group? Nylon is an amide, polyamide. Terylene, yes. Ethylene glycol and terephthalic acid. PHBV, it's also an ester. Polylactic acid, yes. Lactic acid contains both OH group and COH group. So this is also. Bonais is butadiene styrene, no. Bakelite is phenol formaldehyde resin. Novolac is the linear, right, polymer. So glyptyl, yes. That is, so total number is 4, right. 50 ml of ferric hydroxide sol is completely coagulated by 50 ml of this. So 50 ml, now the coagulation value is the millimole, coagulation value guys is millimole of an electrolyte required to coagulate 1 liter sol. The millimoles of an electrolyte required to coagulate 1 liter of the sol, right. So if 50 ml of my colloidal solution requires 50 ml of KBr, so of course 1 liter colloidal solution will require 1 liter the electrolyte, right. So that means I need 0.2 mole and 1 liter, so which is basically 0.2 mole only, right, because number of moles is molarity into volume. So number of moles is 0.2, molarity, volume is 1 liter. This is mole, but the electrolyte has to be expressed in millimole, so I will multiply it by 1000, right. So this will come out to be 200 millimole. So the correct answer will be 200 millimole, right. Number of lone pairs in XeF2, XeF4, XeO4 and XeOF4 are X, Y, Z and W. Here they are asking the number of lone pairs on the central atom, right. So xenon has 8 electrons, 2 electrons will be shared with fluorine, leaving behind 6 electrons, that is 3 lone pairs. Here 4 electrons will be shared, leaving behind 4, that is 2 lone pair. Xenon has 8 electrons, it will share 2 electrons with each oxygen, so there is no lone pair left. Here xenon has 8 electrons, 4 will be shared with fluorine, 2 will be shared with oxygen, 4 plus 2, 6, 2 electrons are left, so that is 1 lone pair. So 3, 2, 1, total number of lone pairs will be 6, alright, 3 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1, right. Okay, so that is the correct answer here. In order to oxidize a mixture having 1 mole each of this, how many moles of KMnO4 is required? So very simple guys. So number of gram equivalents of all these compounds should be equal to the number of gram equivalent of KMnO4. Now please remember, number of gram equivalent, just like normality, it is number of moles multiplied by n factor. Just like normality is molarity into n factor, number of gram equivalent is number of moles into n factor. So that's very easy. Number of moles of KMnO4 we don't know. N factor, yes, we do know it is 5, because in acidic medium KMnO4 goes from +7 to +2, right. So it gains a total of 5 electrons. So the number of gram equivalents of KMnO4 is n into 5. Let us come to them. This is ferrous oxalate. Ferrous will go to ferric, it will gain 1 electron, and oxalate is +3, it will be oxidized to carbon dioxide, wherein carbon is +4. So each carbon goes from 3 to 4, 1 electron, and there are 2 carbon, so 2 electron, 2 plus 1, 3 electron, that is FeC2O4, it will gain a total of 3 electrons, right? Now, and we are having 1 mole each of them. So 1 mole multiplied by 3n factor. Understanding this, guys, right? Because in ferrous oxalate, ferrous will go to ferric, right? And oxalate will go to CO2. Here this is plus 3, here this is plus 4. So there are 2 carbon, 2 into 1, and this is just 1. So total of 3 electrons. Here you can see from the charge balance condition, this is already ferric. So it will not undergo oxidation anymore, but oxalate will, as we discussed, each carbon loses 1 electron. There are 6 carbon atoms here, right? 3 oxalate and 6 carbon atoms here. Each carbon goes from oxalate to CO2. 1 electron it loses. 6 carbons, 6 electrons. So this will be 1 into 6. Ferrous sulfate will be oxidized to ferric sulfate, right? This will not oxidize because sulfur is already in it plus 6, that is the highest oxidation state. So the N factor of ferrous sulfate is 1. So 1 into 1. So this is 3, 6 and 1, that is 10, and this is N into 5. So how many moles do we need? We need 2 moles of them, right? So not a very lengthy question, but yeah, logical one. So that's all in this solution, guys. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, dear students, welcome to Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. Let us continue the math part discussion, right? This is the test dated 20th Jan, right? See, the first question is given on inverse trigonometry, that is, find the value of sin inverse of cos 2 minus cos inverse of sin 2. In the same way, 6 terms are given. And here sin inverse of cos 2 I can write like pi by 2 minus, you see, sin inverse of cos 2 means I can write cos inverse of cos 2, I can write this, minus cos inverse of sin 2, let me write like pi by 2 minus sin inverse of sin 2. First let me simplify this part. So which is, my dear friends, you can observe this is sin inverse of sin 2 minus cos inverse of cos 2, okay. So now try to simplify this. Sin inverse of sin 2 means you need to take the graph. Sin inverse of sin 2 means 0 to pi by 2, it is x. Sin inverse of sin x graph I am talking about, and pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, this is minus x plus pi is the graph. 2 means it is more than pi by 2. So you can say you have to use this particular graph. This is pi minus 2 is the answer here, minus cos inverse of cos x up to pi x itself, which is 2, my dear friends, which is, you can say, pi minus 4 is the expression for this particular part. In the same way, if you consider the second part, tan inverse of cot 4 minus cot inverse of tan 4, you can write it as pi by 2 minus tan inverse of, you see, pi by 2 minus cot inverse of cot 4 minus of pi by 2 minus tan inverse of tan 4, you will get finally this part, tan inverse of tan 4 minus, you can say, cot inverse of cot 4 you will get, my dear friends. Now tan inverse of tan 4, in the sense 4 is more than pi. So minus pi by 2 to this, and pi to 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 is around, which is 4.5. 4 is in this region, this is x minus pi, my dear friends. So you can say this is 4 minus pi minus cot inverse of cot 4 means you can take the graph 0 to pi x, pi to 2 pi, this is, we can say, x minus pi, my dear friend. This is also, which is going to be 4 minus pi, which is 0, my dear friends. So the sum of next two terms is going to be 0. So first part is going to be, I can say, my dear friends, yeah, it is pi minus 4, second part is 0. Then third part, you see, secant inverse of cosecant 6 minus cosecant inverse of secant x. This can also be written as pi by 2 minus cosecant inverse of cosecant 6 minus pi by 2 minus of secant inverse of secant 6, which becomes secant inverse of secant 6 minus cosecant inverse of cosecant 6 you are going to get. Now 6 is almost at 2 pi. So secant inverse of secant x graph is almost like cos inverse of cos x. 0 to pi it is x, pi to 2 pi this is minus x plus 2 pi, my dear friends. So this is going to be 2 pi minus 6 here, minus Cosecant inverse of cosecant 6, you have to take the graph of sin inverse of sin x kind of 0 to pi by 2, this is pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, this is going to be, my dear friends, this is x minus 2 pi, which is I can say 6 minus 2 pi, and hence this value is going to be 4 pi minus 12. Sum of these three, my dear friends, pi minus 4, 0, 4 pi minus 12, 5 pi minus 16, fourth option is the right answer. That's it. Next, you see the relation given are AB are real numbers such that A minus B is irrational. It is not reflexive because A minus A is 0 is a rational number. Reflexive fails, and symmetry is fine. If A minus B is irrational, B minus A is just negative of the previous, which is irrational. Symmetry is fine. Symmetry is fine. Equivalence is wrong. So transitive and symmetric is also there. This is also wrong. So check the transitivity. You see, my dear friends, you see root 2 minus root 3 is irrational. So first element is root 2 comma root 3. Second one root 3 comma minus root 2 you can take, my dear friends, right. So second one is going to be, you see, root 3 comma 2, you can take root 2. So these two are irrational. What about by transitive? There must be root 2 comma root 2 must be irrational, which is impossible because root 2 minus root 2 is 0. So transitivity also fails. So this relation is only symmetric. Okay. Next, my dear friends, you see this question, P is some matrix given where A is some unknown is there. Now given, my dear friends, det Q is given, PQ is this small k itself, not some other k. PQ is small k into I cube. So first point, friends, you just apply det on both sides. Det P into det Q is equal to k I3 means k is a number, k cube you will get because k can be taken common from each column. So det I is 1. So det Q he has already given as k square by 2, my dear friends, which is k square by 2 if you get det P is equal to k, 2k. Now if you just expand determinant of this is equal to 2k, you will get a linear condition in A and k, my dear friends. A and k you will get some linear equation. Similarly, second data given is Q23 is in this element Q, in the matrix Q, my dear friends, Q23 is minus k by 8. You see here I can write from this relation, Q can be written as P inverse into k is a number into I, which I can say k into P inverse I can write. P inverse means k into adjoint P by det P. Det P is already we got 2k, so this is half adjoint of the matrix P. So now Q matrix is equal to that matrix. In the matrix Q, 2, 3 element is minus k by 8 is equal to half of 2, 3 element of adjoint P, my dear friends. P is known, 2, 3 element of adjoint is transpose of cofactor matrix. So this element's cofactor will come here, minus of, you are going to get this element in the sense 3a plus 4, minus of 3a plus 4. So you got another equation, my dear friends, another linear equation in A and k. Two linear equations in A and k, you just solve, you will get A value and k value. My dear friends, you are going to get A value to be minus 1, k value to be 4. So A square plus k square is going to be 17, so which is a prime number, right. Next, my dear friends, the contrapositive of a given statement. For P implies Q, contrapositive is negation Q implies negation P. Its negation is negation Q or R implies, its negation is P or negation Q. But the statements are not like this. You can write the truth table, PQR will have 8 cases. Rather, my dear friends, I think you know P implies Q can always be written as negation P or Q, my dear friends, because P implies Q's negation is P and negation Q, whose negation is negation P or Q. So this is equivalent to its negation means Q and negation R, this is negation P or Q is going to be PR negation Q. Why don't you apply distributive property, my dear friends? This total you can take like this. This is equivalent to Q, you can say, and completely this, my dear friends, or you can take like Q, this is, we can take like this is full, you take this part, you can apply this or P, this or negation Q. So rather I can say here, you can just take like so, my dear friends. You see, this is the given statement, its contrapositive is negation Q implies negation P. So now P implies Q is always equivalent to negation P or Q. Negation P is this, my dear friends, or Q is this. Okay. Now you just apply, you see, Q or this or P or negation Q and distributive property, my dear friends. You can say here, I am applying distributive property like, yeah, this and this total, and you see, my dear friends, this negation R or P or negation Q. This is the one, my dear friends. Now you see, Q or negation Q, you just see this, Q or negation Q is always tautology, P or negation P is always tautology. True or any statement is true. This statement is always true, true and some statement, my dear friends, negation R or P or negation Q. This is the one, my dear friends. True and some statement means some statement, because if it is true, the total is true, if it is false, the total is false. So true and some statement is the same statement, so this statement is third option, you can take like this, or else you need to write the cases. Next, my dear friends, the range of values of the term independent of x in this. Here this is x plus 1 by x whole power 10, independent term will be in the middle exactly 10c5 into, you see, the coefficient is going to be sin inverse alpha whole power 5 into cos inverse alpha whole power 5. This is the independent term. So we need to find its range when alpha is between -1 to 1. So you just consider the expression, my dear friends, sin inverse alpha into cos inverse alpha, because power 5 is there. So sin inverse alpha, you take it as t, my dear friends, it is t into cos inverse alpha, you can write pi by 2 minus t, let it be f of t, my dear friends. So f of t is going to be minus t square plus pi by 2 into t. It is a quadratic expression, its range, where do remember t is nothing but sin inverse alpha, whose range minus pi by 2 less than or equal to t less than or equal to pi by 2. It is a restricted quadratic expression. How to find the range, my dear friends? So minus b by 2a will become, we can say, pi by 4 lies in this interval. So you have to take three values, f of minus pi by 2 you substitute, that is minus pi square by 4 minus pi square by 4 will get cancelled, my dear friends. So this is 0, one expression. If you substitute minus pi by 2, minus pi square by 4 minus pi square by 4 will become minus pi square by 2 in fact. The next one, pi by 2, if you substitute, this is pi square by 4 minus pi square by 4 will become 0. The next one, if you 4ac minus b square by 4a, 4ac is 0, minus b square is pi square by 4, by 4a is minus 4, which is pi square by 16. That means, my dear friends, this particular expression's minimum value is minus pi square by 2, and this expression maximum value is pi square by 16. Now you have to raise to the power 5, this is minus pi power 10 by 2 power 5, and this is pi power 10 by, this is already power 5, this is 2 power 4, my dear friends, power 5, 2 power 20. Now you just multiply this with 10c5, you are going to get this answer, minus 10c5 into pi power 10 by 2 power 5, 10c5 into pi power 10 by 2 power 20. This is the range, my dear friends. So combination of binomial theorem question as well as quadratic expressions range. Next, the sum of the infinite series. You can observe here 1 into 4 into 7, you can write 1, 4, 7 are in AP with common difference 3. So you can write it as 1 by 1 into 4 minus 1 by 4 into 7, double of the common difference is 6. You just take, because 1 by 4 you take common, friends, 1 by 1 minus 1 by 7 is 6 by 1 into 7, this gets cancelled. Similarly, second one you can write, my dear friends, 1 by 6 into 1 by 4 into 7 minus 1 by you can say 7 into 10. You take 1 by 7 common, my dear friends, 10 minus 4 which is 6 gets cancelled, 1 by 7 into 4 into 10. In the same way, the nth term you can write 1 by 6 into 1 by 3n minus 2 into 3n plus 1 minus 1 by 3n plus 1 into 3n plus 4, my dear friends. Now if you sum these, undoubtedly these two terms like this get cancelled. Finally you are going to get 1 by 6 into 1 by 1 into 4 minus 1 by 3n plus 1 into 3n plus 4, my dear friends. As n tends to infinity, this becomes 0, 1 by 24 is the answer, right? Yes, friends. Next, you see A bar, B bar are two non-collinear unit vectors such that A cross B magnitude is equal to A minus B magnitude by 2. So you just apply A cross B magnitude means magnitude of A into magnitude of B into sin theta with modulus, my dear friends, is equal to, yeah, you can write here by 2 here, we can write. So A minus B magnitude whole square, otherwise you square on both sides, you will get sin square theta. This is its square, it will become 4, and you are going to get A minus B magnitude square means magnitude of A bar square plus magnitude of B bar square minus 2 A bar dot B bar, that is magnitude of A bar into magnitude of B bar into cos theta, my dear friends. You know both are unit vectors and hence this becomes sin square theta into 4 is equal to, this is 2 minus 2 you take common, 1 minus cos theta, my dear friends. Sin square theta, if you write 1 minus cos square theta, 1 minus cos theta if you could cancel, my dear friends, you will get 4 into 1 plus cos theta is equal to 2. Because 1 minus cos theta is equal to 0 is going to be another solution, that is cos theta is 1, theta is 0, but they said non-collinear vector. So theta is equal to 0 is not admissible. So from this, my dear friends, cos theta is equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 is minus 1 by 2, my dear friends. So we can say theta is 120 degrees, right? If theta is 120 degrees, my dear friends, now I want this particular vector's square. So first one is magnitude of A square, magnitude of A cross B square into cos of course sine of the angle between A and A cross B. A cross B and A are always perpendicular, so you can say sine 90 degrees, cross is there, no, sine 90 degrees is 1 square, my dear friends. This is again 1, A cross B magnitude square is magnitude of A square into magnitude of B bar square into sin square theta, my dear friends. Theta is 120, sin 120 is root 3 by 2, whose square is 3 by 4, that's all. Next, my dear friends, this is, you see limit extends to 0, you can say A into, you just write expansion, my dear friends, sin x is x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 factorial and so on, minus bx plus cx square plus x cube by, my dear friends, 2x square into log of 1 plus x expansion is x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 minus x power 4 by 4, like that it is minus 2x cube plus x power 4, my dear friends. Given this limit exists and finite, so undoubtedly in the denominator 2x cube got cancelled, my dear friends. So the minimum power that starts in the denominator, you see even this is also minus x power 4 plus x power 4 gets cancelled. So, the minimum power that is going to start is x power 5 in the denominator. So, in the numerator should also start with minimum x power 5, less than that will give you a limit tends to, we can say some other, I mean infinite limit or does not exist possible. So, I can say, my dear friends, so x coefficient here a minus b must be 0. So, a is equal to b must happen, which is not correct, he is asking, is not correct. So, a is equal to b should happen, and x square coefficient is c, that should be absent, means c is equal to 0 must happen. So, c is equal to 2 is false. So, the answer is third option. And you can also observe x power 4 coefficient or x power 5 coefficient is a by 120, you see x cube is given, right. So, x cube coefficient minus a by 6 plus 1, 1 minus a by 6 must be 0, a is equal to 6, my dear friends. So, this is also correct, the false one is third option, right. Next, a plane is drawn from the point 1 1 1 and perpendicular to the line with direction ratios 1. So, there is a plane which is drawn from 1 1 1, you see point 1 1 1 and perpendicular to the line with direction ratios. So, perpendicular to the line with direction ratios 1 1 1, and this point is also 1 1 1, my dear friends, this point is P. So, perpendicular, this plane is perpendicular to the line, my dear friends, the plane is perpendicular to the line with drs 1 1 1. So, that means the plane normal drs are 1 1 1 and the plane is also passing through 1 1 1. Since plane normal drs are 1 1 1, I can say plane equation like x plus y plus z is equal to some number. It is anyhow passing through 1 1 1 means is equal to 3. This is the plane equation, my dear friends. Now, the plane, okay, to intersect this plane. So, first plane is going to intersect second plane at the point Q, the locus of Q. Of course, two planes intersection will be a line. The locus of Q is a line, my dear friends. Indirectly, he is asking about the line of intersection of x plus 2y plus 3z is equal to 4. Point number 1, when two planes intersect, my dear friends, when two planes intersect, this line is perpendicular to, this line's drs are perpendicular to normal to the first plane as well as second plane. So, just take the cross product of, that is I cap, j cap, k cap, normal of the first plane, normal to the second plane, 1 2 3, I cap into 3 minus 2 is 1, minus j cap into 3 minus 1 is 2, plus k cap into 2 minus 1 is 1. So, my particular required lines drs are going to be 1 minus 2 1, such drs are present at only this option, at no other option. So, you can remove this, my dear friends, and you need to find one point. Take this, if this is the answer, the point given on the line 0 5 minus 2 must be there on the line, means it must be there in both the planes. Substitute, correct, correct. So, this is the answer undoubtedly. Okay. Next, study the following data, we need to check whether it is correct or wrong. This hyperbola you need to arrange, my dear friends. You see x square minus 2 root 2x constant is there. We can write x minus root 2 whole square minus 2y square minus 4 into root 2y, means take 2 common, y plus root 2 whole square is equal to 4 you will get. So, that it is going to be x minus root 2 whole square by 4 minus y plus root 2 whole square by 2 is equal to 1, my dear friend. This is the hyperbola. Now, statement 1, statement 2 is eccentricity of the hyperbola. He is asking eccentricity of hyperbola formula is a square plus b square by 4, which is going to be root 6 by 4, which is root of 3 by 2, but he said 2 root 2. So, statement 2 is false, my dear friends. Now, statement 1 is according to 1, A is the vertex of the branch of the hyperbola, B is one of the end of its latex rectum. You see, for this hyperbola, A is the vertex, latex rectum end is B, and he said one of the end point of the lattice rectum and C is the focus of the hyperbola near to the point. Then the area of triangle ABC. Arey yaar, this triangle ABC area. One thing, here is the center, you know, this origin, suppose not origin, some C. This distance is, you know, AE is the distance up to here AE minus A is this distance, my dear friends, base of the triangle. Height is going to be half of the length of the lattice rectum, B square by A. My dear friends, this is AE minus A, yes, this is the one. So, you can see, my dear friends, here this is half into E minus 1 into B square. You see, B square is anyhow given as 2, gets cancelled, E minus 1, E I got like root of 3 by 2 minus 1. So, first statement is correct, second statement is false, but it is no way going to explain, it is itself false, so it cannot explain. So, first statement is correct, second statement is false is the right answer. Okay. Next, my dear friends, the definite integral given integral minus pi to pi, this integral you can write like 0 to pi, this given expression dx plus integral minus pi to 0 given expression dx. Let me write. Now, the given expression I take put x is equal to minus t, so that this becomes integral 0 to pi given expression plus integral, when minus pi means pi to 0, given will become, you see, minus t square by 1 minus sin t into root of plus root of 1 plus sin square t into dx will become minus dt, my dear friends. This minus I can write like 0 to pi, my dear friends. So, you will get like integral 0 to pi given expression in terms of this given dx plus this minus pi I want to write 0 to pi, f of t dt I can write like f of x dx, x square by 1 minus sin x plus root of 1 plus sin square x dx, my dear friends. After writing this step, you see, let me add these two. So, in the next step let me write like this, my dear friends. This becomes integral 0 to pi. So, first step is x square by 1 plus sin x plus root of 1 plus sin square x, plus second one is x square by 1 minus sin x plus root of 1 plus sin square x dx. So, you can write integral 0 to pi, take x square common, sum of these two is, you can say, twice of 1 plus root of 1 plus s square by product of these two, a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square, you will get twice of 1 plus root of 1 plus s square dx you will get. These two get cancelled, my dear friends. X square integral is x cube by 3, between the limits 0 to pi you will get pi cube by 3, my dear friends. It is pi cube by 3. So, this is the answer. Okay. Next, my dear friends, the roots of this particular quadratic equation are such that at least one root is greater than 2. So, two cases, my dear friends, both the roots greater than 2 or only one root greater than 2, both are okay. At least one root is greater than 2 in the sense, my dear friends. So, this case is easy. This means f of 2 must be negative. F of 2 is 4 minus a minus 3 into 2 plus a must be negative, my dear friends. So, 4 minus 2a plus 6 plus a is negative. So, 10 less than a. So, that means if a greater than 10, my dear friends, we are clear, we can say both the, one root is more than 2, one root is less than 2. Okay. A greater than 10 should be. So, from this I can immediately remove these two options, my dear friends, because when a greater than 10, undoubtedly, so one root more than 2 comes under this, but more than 2 number should be included. Now, answer is 2 or 3 is there. Now, next one, suppose both the roots greater than 2, there will be 3 conditions. One is f of 2 must be positive, because anyhow x square quotient is positive, f of 2 positive. Second one is 2 less than minus b by 2a. minus b is a by 3 by 2a is 2, and third one is, my dear friends, delta must be greater than or equal to 0. So, you have to take the common solution of this, my dear friends. So, f of 2 greater than 0 means a less than 10, we solved it. This is 4 plus 3, a greater than 7, you see, a 7 less than means a greater than 7, and apply delta, my dear friends. Delta is b square minus 4ac must be greater than or equal to 0. A square minus 10a plus 9 greater than or equal to 0. So, a less than or equal to 1, comma a greater than or equal to 9. What is the common solution of these three? A greater than or equal to 9, a greater than 7, a less than 10 means you will get closed 9 to open 10 is the solution in this case. That means when a value is taken from closed 9 to open 10, both the roots will be more than 2. If you take more than 10, one root is more than 2. So, combine these two, closed 9 to infinity is the answer. Okay. Next, my dear friends, you see this question, given this particular function f of x is, I can say, is continuous at x is equal to 0, my dear friends. So, if it is continuous at x is equal to 0 is k. So, right hand limit, left hand limit I need to find. Left hand limit, my dear friends, it is like you just take 1 by x here, it is like 1 power infinity model. So, limit becomes e power limit, yeah, x tends to 0 means g of x into, okay, f of x minus 1 will become x into 1 by a plus 1 by b by 1 minus x by b. This x gets cancelled, as x tends to 0, this becomes 1 by a plus 1 by b, my dear friends. In the same way, here right hand limit cos square x minus sin square x will become cos 2x minus 1 by, this becomes, you just rationalize here, my dear friends, this minus 1 will become x square into root of x square plus 1 you are going to get, my dear friends. As you can take minus common here, 1 minus, so minus you take common minus 1, this becomes x tends to 0, 1 plus 1 2, this becomes 1 minus cos 2x by 2x whole square is 4x square into 4 you write, my dear friends. This is going to be 1 by 2, so minus 4 is going to be the right hand limit. So, my dear friends, 1 by a plus 1 by b value is same as, k is same as minus 4. This is minus 4, when k is minus 4, this is minus 1, altogether minus 5 is the answer. Next, my dear friends, f of x is x log x is given, a denotes the area bounded by f of x, given a between 0 to 1, my dear friends, if you could draw the graph, you see x log x, when x is 1 it is 0, when x is less than 1, when x is between 0 to 1, log x is negative, x positive, this graph will be negative, my dear friends. As x tends to 0, you can observe that this goes to 0. The graph will go like this, my dear friend, that is the first observation. And x is equal to a cube is smaller than x is equal to a. The area bounded between these two is, it is below x axis. So, minus integral a cube to, I can say a, minus I kept because it is below x axis. And what is this curve? X log x dx, my dear friends. So, the final answer will be in terms of a. He is asking, this is going to be, you see, a is minimum when what value of a? You treat this function like f of a, my dear friends. So, I can write here f of a is equal to integral a to a cube x log x dx, my dear friends. I want to minimize or maximize this function, take derivative. So, that means Leibniz formula, a cube into log of a cube into a cube derivative is 3a square minus a into log a into a derivative is 1, because I am treating a as a variable. So, my dear friends, this 3 comes here, 9a power 5, 9a power 5 log a minus a into, I can say, my dear friends, log a it is. This is going to be its derivative f dash a. You just see when a becomes 0, no, this is a into log a into, you can say a power 4 minus 1. So, the derivative becomes 0 when a is 0, but a must be positive. Log a 0 means a is 1, a cannot be 1. So, this must be 0. So, a must be, you can say this is 9, sorry. So, this is 1 by root 3, but it cannot be negative. No, at 1 by root 3 it is possible. That is the only possibility he has given this. I am not checking maximum minimum. You can also check. If it is more than 1 by root 3, positive, negative. It is turning from negative to positive means it will have local maximum. Okay. Next, my dear friends, the foot of the perpendicular from the point on the line L1 is 357. You see, so from this point 438 to second line, foot of the perpendicular is given, in which, my dear friends, B is unknown, A is unknown, M is unknown, right. So, one thing I can do, this is already given as 357, my dear friends. So, DRs of this line are 1, 3 minus 5 is minus 2, 8 minus 7 is 1. This line DRs are 2, M, 4. If you apply dot product 0, my dear friends, you will get M value is equal to 3. Once you know M is equal to 3, you substitute here x minus a by 2 is equal to y minus 2 by 3 is equal to z minus b by 4. Now, this line, actually we got this line, yeah. So, the foot of the perpendicular from this point to this means this is 357, this passes to 357, 3 minus a by 2 is equal to 5 minus 2 by 3 is equal to z minus b by 4. From this is 1, my dear friends. You can find a value as well as a is minus 1, b is going to be, this is 3, what did I say, 357, z is 7, this is, you can find a value, b value. Now, you will get the required line, my dear friends. You see, if this is 1, a value is 1, you can say, and b value is, you can say, 3, right. Yeah. So, you know 2 lines. You know how to find shortest distance. You know shortest distance is, we have the formula 2 points AC bar, B bar, D bar by magnitude of B cross D. We just apply the shortest distance formula. Next, my dear friends, you see here given ABC are in AP, the system of equations, these 3 lines given this system is consistent. Statement 2, if det A not equal to 0, the system of equations is consistent. Yes, because if det A not equal to 0, A inverse exists, you can multiply with A inverse, x is equal to A inverse into B, unique solution it will have. So, statement 2 is correct, my dear friends. Whereas, first equation, if you just take the rank, you see 3, 4, 5, this is A, next 4, 5, 6, it is B, this is 5, 6, 7, it is C, my dear friends. R2 minus R1, if you do 3, 4, 5, A, this is 1, 1, 1, B minus A is the common difference. R3 minus R1, if you do 2, 2, 2, C minus A means double of common difference. Now, in the next step, you can make this is completely 0, my dear friends. So, rank of A is equal to rank of A by B is 2, so infinitely many solutions. So, consistent. Statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is correct, but it is no way explaining this. It is not the correct explanation. Both are correct, but not the correct explanation. Okay. Next, my dear friends, this is simple differential equation. You just take this part as y plus 2 sin x minus 5 as u, my dear friends. Y plus 2 sin x minus 5, if you take it as u, dy by dx plus 2 cos x is equal to du by dx. You bring plus 2 cos x here. So, this is going to be du by dx is equal to 2 ux is the one, that is it. So, du by u is equal to 2x dx. So, that log u is going to be x square plus c. So, u is equal to 2 power x square into, you see 2 power c you can treat like k. U is equal to k into 2 power x square, my dear friends. U is nothing but y plus 2 sin x minus 5 is equal to k into 2 power x square. Since y of 0 is 7, put x is equal to 0, output is 7. 7 minus 5 is equal to k into 2 power 0. So, k is equal to 2, my dear friends. So, you will get y plus 2 sin x minus 5 is equal to 2 into 2 power x square it is. Now, I want y of pi. So, sin pi is 0, this is 2 power pi square plus 5. So, 2 this is friends. So, I think this is e power x square, right? This is not 2, this is e power x square. So, yeah, you will get 2 e power x square plus 5, my dear friends. This is the answer, 2 e power pi square plus 5. Next, you see another question, he has given the same kind of some function. You see the product of the ordinates of the point of tangency of the curve 1 plus x square into y is equal to 2 minus x. The curve is y is equal to 2 minus x by 1 plus x square. This is the curve. Now, you see statement 2, he is saying that slope of the straight line making equal and same sign intercept with the coordinate axis is equal to minus 1. Yes, you see, my dear friends, a straight line which makes equal intercept, both positive or both negative, will have slope minus 1. Statement 2 is correct, that is R is correct. S is going to be, he is asking the product of ordinates of the point of tangents to this particular curve, where the tangent make equal intercept, means tangent slope must be minus 1. You just find its derivative. This is v derivative of u minus u derivative of v by v square. By v square is 1 plus x square whole square. This must be made equal to minus 1, my dear friends. You need to solve it. You will get x value to be 0, where y value you will get 2. This is the curve. So, other possibility, the other case, when you do y is equal to 1 by 2 you will get. Now, product of ordinates is going to be 1. So, this statement is also correct, but this is correct explanation also, it helped in answering this. So, we can say, so assertion, reasoning both are correct and correct explanation, right. Next, my dear friends, you see this function f is a function from 0 to 2 to r, a twice differentiable function. Given f double dash x positive means f dash of x is increasing function, right. Now, phi of x is this function given, my dear friends. Apply phi dash x. Phi dash x is f dash x minus f dash of 2 minus x. I just want where phi is increasing. Suppose I want the interval where phi increases, that means phi dash x must be positive, that means f dash of x minus f dash of 2 minus x must be positive, but f dash is already increasing, that means f dash of x is greater than f dash of 2 minus x. Since f dash is increasing, x is greater than 2 minus x, 2x greater than 2, so x greater than 1. When x is more than 1, phi is increasing. Obviously, reverse case, x belongs to 0 to 2 only, decreasing in 0 to 1 and increasing in 1 to 2. Perfect. Next, my dear friends, you just simplify this function. It is very clear that mod x square minus 1 graph will be, you see x square is this, x square minus 1 means it comes down by 1 unit. If you apply modulus, the graph comes like this. Undoubtedly at 1, minus 1 and 1 the function is not differentiable. So, statement 2 is correct. Even statement 1 also, my dear friends, I can say, you just try to split the case f of x, because x is at plus or minus 1 and mod x is there at 0 and 1. You just split the function where x less than or equal to minus 1, minus 1 to 0, 0 to 1 and x greater than or equal to 1. If you split, my dear friends, you can observe that it is continuous curve, because all are continuous functions, it is continuous only, no need to check the continuity. And differentiability, at minus 1 and 1 it fails, but at 0 it will be differentiable. So, this statement becomes wrong at 0. So, first statement is false, second statement is correct, my dear friends. So, assertion is incorrect, but reasoning is correct. Yes. Next, my dear friends, coming to this numerical answer type questions, a vertical tower CP subtends an equal angle theta at the point B. There is a vertical tower, so CP subtends equal angle at theta at B on the horizontal plane. B is at the horizontal plane. and the foot of the tower, which is the foot of the tower, C is the foot of the tower, and at the point A on the vertical plane, this is the vertical plane, on the plane itself there is another point A. So, my dear friends, he is saying CP subtends equal angles here as well as here. So, this is planar figure, my dear friends. This is a vertical plane. So, A is also there such that ABC is an equilateral triangle. ABC is an equilateral triangle such that BC is equal to 4. My dear friends, here CP subtends equal angle at A and B means undoubtedly, so there exists a circle passing through this, because in a circle chord subtends equal angles. By converse of that theorem, you will get this. Now, APCB is a cyclic quadrilateral, my dear friends. This is perpendicular, so 90, this must also be 90. Already it is equilateral, so this is 60 degrees, so theta must be 30 degrees, so this is 30 degrees. In this right angle triangle, 30 degrees is there, adjacent side 4 means it must be 4 by root 3. So, PC is 4 by root 3, my dear friends, which is the height. 4 by root 3 is 4 root 3 by 3, I can say. So, 1.7 into 4, we can write, this is approx 1.7 into 4 by 3, my dear friends. 6.8 by 3, you will get some number, okay. 6.8 by 3, which is 2 almost 3, the nearest value is going to be 2, nearest integer. Next, my dear friends, total number of ways of distributing 9 distinct books can be distributed among 3 students. Students are different, books are different, such that each student receives at least 1 book and no 2 of them get the same number of books. That means this 9 can be split into 3 ways, like 1, 2, 6 is one possibility, 1, 3, 5 is other possibility, 3 different cases, 2, 3, 4 is other possibility, you can't find other possibility. So, in this case, first divide 9 different books into 3 groups having this 9 factorial by 1 factor into 2 factor into 6 factorial divided. These 3 groups are to be distributed to 3 children. Children are different, so into 3 factorial. Here also same way, 9 factorial by 1 factorial into 3 factorial into 5 factorial into 3 factorial. Here also 9 factorial by 2 factorial into 3 factorial into 4 factorial into 3 factorial. You just add all these things, I think you will get 12096. Divided by 2016, you will get around, I can say around 4 or something, okay. You just simplify the cases, you will get the answer. Next. This one, this is the equation where if you write the solution for this equation, x is equal to root 3 plus or minus I by 2. So, one solution alpha can be like, you see, cis cos pi by 3, my dear friends, cos cis pi by 3, another is cis of minus pi by 3. These are the 2 solutions of x, my dear friends. Now, you can say here, take one of them. So, x is one of the values, you can take cis pi by 3. Now, you can take this integral 0 to pi, that is fine, sigma n is equal to 1 to 36, that is also fine, x power 2n plus x power minus 2n minus 2, this is the sigma, of course, of dx. My dear friends, this is x is cis pi by 3 means x power 2n means cis of 2n pi by 3, okay, and x power minus 2n is cis of minus 2n pi by 3. Sum of these two is going to be 2 cos of, you see, n pi by 3, my dear friends, you see, cis of 2n means 2n pi by 3 it is going to be, right. You just see, my dear friend, this is pi by 6 cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6, this is pi by 6, pi by 6, pi by 6, which is 2 cos of n pi by 3, my dear friends. So, you can write this is integral 0 to pi sigma n is equal to 1 to 36, you can write 2 cos of n pi by 3 minus 2 dx. One thing my dear friends, integral 0 to pi minus 2 will be added 36 times minus 72 this is, plus 2 can be written n is equal to 1 to 36 cos n pi by 3 my dear friends dx. Now let us take up this part separately. N is equal to 1 means cos pi by 3 plus cos 2 pi by 3 plus cos 3 pi by 3, like that 36 terms. You can see it is an AP, sum of causes in AP 36 terms, common difference is pi by 3 means you can write n sin n d by 2, n is 36, d is pi by 3, d by 2 is pi by 6 into sin d by 2 pi by 6 into cos of first angle plus last angle by 2, but this itself sin 6 pi which is 0 by finite value, this value becomes 0 my dear friends. Integral 0 to pi minus 72 dx, which is going to be minus 72 pi. He said alpha minus 72 mod alpha is going to be 72 my dear friends. Next you see this question, here Sk denotes an infinite GP with first term is k minus 1 by k factorial, common ratio is 1 by k, S infinity is a by 1 minus r, this is a by 1 by 1 minus k, which is k minus 1 by k factorial by k minus 1 by k my dear friends. So you can cancel this, you will get 1 by k minus 1 factorial is the thing. Now I just want this expression my dear friends, sigma k is equal to 1 to 100, here in fact there must be modulus here, right. This one you can write k minus 1 whole square plus you can write minus k by k minus 1 factorial, Sk is 1 by k minus 1 factorial, which is sigma k is equal to 1 to 100, of course modulus, this is k minus 1 by k minus 2 factorial my dear friends, my k must start with 2, this is k by k minus 1 factorial. So you must start with k is equal to 2 because you have cancelled k is equal to 1. If you substitute my dear friends, if you apply sigma, first one is 2 minus 1, 1 by 0 factorial minus 2 by 1 factorial, plus next one is you can say 2 by 1 factorial minus 3 by 2 factorial, plus this is 3 by 2 factorial minus you can say, yeah, we can say this is going to be 4 by 3 factorial and so on, it is going to be nth term will be. Here as modulus is there, this is 2 by 1 minus 1 plus my dear friends, all these are all the actual, if you take modulus, so these terms will get cancelled my dear friends. In the last you are going to get here, this is 100 by you can say 99 factorial. So friend, this is, he has already given this plus this 2 plus 1 my dear friend, this is going to be, we can say here this is 2 minus 1 is 1 here, here plus this is also left 2 by 1 factorial, this plus 1 will become 3 plus 100 square by 99 factorial into 100, this is the one, of course this is minus here, so this comes minus, this cancel with this particular term, so you are going to get the answer to be 3 my dear friends. Next, you see this particular circle equation, one thing here, this intersects the rectangular hyperbola satisfying this condition is xy is equal to c square, you can take the general point ct comma c by t, right. Now this particular point we need to substitute in this, so ct minus 1 whole square plus c by t minus 2 whole square is equal to 25. You will get a biquadratic equation in terms of t my dear friends, where you can find sigma t, sigma t1 t2 and all. So first one he said L is sigma, this one, this is nothing but sigma c ti, which is c into sigma t, you can find L value, and you can find m like you see sigma t whole square minus 2 sigma t1 t2, if you apply you are going to get m value, and since these are y1 is nothing but c by t1 square c by t2 square, if the equation that you got is f of t, you just find f of 1 by t equal to 0, whose roots will be 1 by t1, 1 by t2, 1 by t3 and so on. Then you try to apply the same sigma 1 by t1, sigma 1 by t1 square, you find, you apply the same result, you will get m value. So friends, you will get m plus n, you will get L mostly 2, this is 44, this is 56, you will get 100 by 2 which is 50, my dear friends. The next, this particular integral, you can say integral 1 plus x power 4 by 1 minus x power 4 power 3 by 2, you just take x square common, my dear friends. This is x square minus 1 by x square, of course 1 by x square if you take common, 1 by x square minus x square power 3 by 2, this becomes x, my dear friends, x cube. So, this becomes 1 by x cube, you can say I have taken x square common, this becomes x cube, and so 1 by x cube plus x will be given. So, in this stage, my dear friends, you just take x square minus 1 by x square as t square you can take, my dear friends. So, that you are going to get its derivative is 2x plus 2 by x cube into dx is equal to dt, 2t dt, right. So, the 2 comes out, this problem becomes integral, an easy integral t by t cube dt. So, some number will be there, it will be easy integral, you can evaluate from which you will get f of x, you can find constant by using this, then again you do the integral, this becomes like integral x by root of 1 minus x power 4 dx, you take x square as t, so that this can be evaluated, finally you will get sin inverse of x square into some number as the function, you can find g of 1 by root 2, my dear friends, you will get the answer. Next, it is simple, bag 1 contains, you see 4 red, 5 black, 6 white balls, and bag 2 contains 2 red, 3 black and 7 white balls. Now, one ball is transferred from bag 1 to bag 2, right, and then a ball is drawn from bag 2. The ball so drawn is found to be black in color, the probability that the transferred ball is red. Friends, first try to write the total probability. So, to select a ball from red ball, so the ball that come here may be red or black or white. So, probability to be red is 4 by, this is going to be 15. Once one red is added, to get black ball probability is 3 by, this is, you see, 7 plus 3, 10, 10 plus 12, 13. The probability to get black ball is 5 by 15. When you get black, here to get black ball probability is 4 by 13. Next, probability to get this is 6 by 15, then to get black ball is 3 by 13. So, this is the total probability. I want the case to be transferred from red, means this case you want. This you try to write in the numerator. So, you have to find this. Arey yaar, the probability cannot be 1, I want numerical answer, definitely the answer must be 0, no need to simplify this without simplification, right. Next, this is simple, you just complete data is given, you just apply combined variance, find the combined mean first x bar, and x bar minus x1 bar gives first difference, x bar minus x2 bar gives second difference. Now, combined variance formula is n1 sigma 1 square plus n2 sigma 2 square plus d1 square plus d2 square by n1 plus n2, you just apply, you will get the answer. Then the normal at B, this is a circle, my dear friends, the normal at a circle is a line passing through the center, he has given, you just read the question, you will find like this, my dear friends. He has given this point A, this length is root of S11, you will get 24, radius is 5, so this is 10, my dear friends. Suppose this point I want x, by right angle triangle this is 26, so this part is 26 minus x, right. You want this x, my dear friends, so he want length of CD. So, PA into PB is equal to PT square, that means this is PQ suppose or CD kind of, 26 minus x into 26 is going to be 24 square, which gives the value of x. Then the last question, you see he has given a light beam is coming from this way and going this way, this point is given as 7, 2, so this line is this, You just substitute this point in this, you will get m value is equal to 3. So, that is all my dear friends. The paper is comfortable and you can answer easily, right.